Hey and welcome to the Daily Arsenal News Show. Let's begin with our daily news. Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta delivers exciting Gabriel Magalhaes verdict. Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta has praised Gabriel Magalhaes for the way he is evolving as a footballer. The Gunners boss, speaking at his latest pre-match press conference, says the defender has improved in everything. Gabriel joined Arsenal in September 2020 from Lille for a reported £27 million fee. The 25-year-old impressed from the off at the Emirates Stadium and has grown into a star player. Gabriel has formed a super partnership with William Saliba in the Arsenal backline. The duo have helped the Gunners keep 9 Premier League clean sheets en route to top spot in the table. Gabriel's heroics for Arsenal earned him a new long-term contract, which he signed in October. Arteta, speaking ahead of the Gunners' meeting with Brentford, spoke highly of the Brazilian. He said, "Not only his performances, but the way he is evolving. I think he is just getting better in every phase of play and everything we demand him to do. His leadership skills, his importance to the team, his mentality as well. I think he's come a long way since he joined the club." Spot on from Arteta and the credit to the reporter for mentioning Gabriel. Sometimes it feels like defenders go under the radar when it comes to acclaim, and Gabriel certainly deserves praise for his efforts at the back for Arsenal. One static has emerged showing just how good the Gunners player has been. As per live score, no player in Europe's top 5 league games has made more last man tackles this season than Gabriel, 6. This highlights just show how good his ability to anticipate danger is. Gabriel is also confident on the ball, comfortable playing out from the back and able to pick a pass. He is still not quite in his peak years, so hopefully he can become even better, which is great news for Arsenal. Arsenal captain Martin Odegaard believes he can get a lot better. Arsenal captain Martin Odegaard has told the Telegraph that he feels he can improve his game a lot more. The Gunners star believes he has made significant progress since first arriving at the Emirates Stadium. However, Odegaard is confident that there are many areas of his game he can improve on. He said, "I feel like I have taken another step in terms of goals, assists and being more important for the team. I think I can influence the game in more ways now, not just with the ball, but in other areas. I am happy where I am, but I know I can get a lot better at many things." Odegaard has made a huge impact at the Emirates Stadium since his initial loan move in January 2021. Arsenal went on to snap the midfielder up from Real Madrid that summer for a reported £34 million. 2 years on, and Odegaard is now closing in on 100 competitive Gunners appearances. He has also claimed 17 goals and 13 assists, not to mention becoming the youngest club captain since Cesc Fabregas. Aside from Odegaard's talent as a footballer, his work rate, attitude and leadership skills are second to none. Indeed, the fact he feels he still has a lot of improvements to make is exactly the attitude a top footballer should have. It shows he is not resting on his laurels, he is not getting complacent, and he is going to keep pushing himself. Odegaard is very much what you'd call a manager's dream, and Mikel Arteta is lucky to have him in the Gunners' ranks. Based on how he is playing right now, you can't say Odegaard hasn't finally reached his potential, but there is so much more to come from him, which is great news for Arsenal and Norway and bad news for their rivals. Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta delivers Folarin Balogun verdict. Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta has waxed lyrical about Folarin Balogun in wake of his heroics on loan at Reims. The 21-year-old has been in sensational form for the Ligue 1 side, registering 14 goals in the French top flight. Indeed, Balogun's tally has put him top of the league's goal-scoring charts, ahead of PSG's Kylian Mbappe. The Arsenal forward has really kicked on since a difficult season last time out. Balogun made the starting 11 in the 21-22 season opener against Brentford, only to come off after 59 minutes. Then, he went on loan to Middlesbrough, but only managed 3 goals in 18 championship games for them. That's all in the past now, and Balogun is now showing he has what it takes to shine at the highest level. Arteta, speaking to the Arsenal media team ahead of the Brentford clash, couldn't sing Balogun's praises highly enough. He said, I am so happy for him. He is a boy that has a really clear idea of what he wants to do with his career. He is really ambitious, really committed, and really brave. We discussed a lot before he made that move, whether it was the right place to go and the other choices he had. He was so convinced. I am really happy for him because he deserves what he is getting. When you look at the numbers and what he is doing, it's just incredible. It's very rare to see that, but he's got something special. That's why we decided to give him a long-term contract and have faith in him and give him the long period that he needs now, because the loan he is having now is really different to the one he had before at Middlesbrough. He had some scars from that period. There were moments when he suffered, moments when he played and when he didn't, moments when he played in what he believes is not his best position. He threw all those excuses out and went into the next experience. He put that behind, but using exactly what worked for him, what didn't work, looked in the mirror and moved to the next one. He has done that really, really well. Manager says he wants to sign terrific Arsenal player permanently. Arsenal loanee Austin Trusty is having a phenomenal campaign out on loan at Birmingham City, and his manager, John Eustace, says he'd love to sign him on a permanent deal this summer. The Gunners signed Trusty from Colorado Rapids in January last year. The plan was to send him out on loan this season so that he could gain some experience, but he is doing much more than that. Trusty has become a star in the championship for Birmingham City. Nobody really expected Austin Trusty to have the kind of impact he is having at Birmingham City when it was announced that he was joining them on loan last summer. The Arsenal man has played 33 times for the Blues and he has been one of their best players. His defensive qualities are what stand out, but he has come up with a few hugely important goals as well. His 97th minute winner against Swansea last weekend is a great example. The American has become a fan favourite at Birmingham City, and Eustace has come out and claimed that he'd love to keep hold of him beyond the end of the season. He said, as quoted by the Birmingham Mail, I think he is a terrific player. I think with Austin, we have to remember he has come off the back of a full MLS season, so he's touching nearly 50 to 60 games in a row now. It's about getting that consistency. Would I have liked to have rested Austin throughout the season? 100%, but unfortunately, we haven't been able to do that, so his performances have also dipped throughout the season because of a lack of help. Support I would like to have given him, but he is coming back now. He is coming back strong. His last couple of performances have been excellent. I would love him at the football club going forward. I think everyone connected to Birmingham City would love him to be part of the football club, but we also respect that he is an Arsenal player, a very good player, but it's something we can hopefully push at the end of the season. Milinkovic-Savic could now leave this summer amid Arsenal and Newcastle links. Serbian international midfielder Sergej Milenkovic-Savic could leave Lazio this summer amid interest from Arsenal and Newcastle. Italian outlet Corriere della Roma claimed that talks over a new contract with the Serie A outfit have so far come nothing. Issues like a potential release clause have been a sticking point, and that could end up meaning he does not sign at all. If that is the case, he would go into the summer with just 1 year left on his deal, and Lazio would be reluctant to lose him for nothing the year after. The report claims that both Arsenal and Newcastle have been on the case and watching how the situation develops. Arsenal got a new central midfielder in Jorginho in January, but it still looks like they might go big on another in the summer, with Declan Rice and Moses Caicedo also on the agenda. Newcastle wanted a number 6 but didn't get one, as they seek to continue complying with financial fair play regulations. Therefore, it seems likely they will also be looking come the summer. In the summer, Sky pounded Paul Merson, called the Serbian the best midfielder in Italy, and said that he would be a better bet than Yuri Tielemans. Tielemans has also been linked with both Arsenal and Newcastle and will be a free agent in the summer unless he signs a new deal. The report says that Lazio are not panicking about the lack of movement over a new deal yet, and he could still decide to extend his stay in the Italian capital. Gunners position themselves from Marcus Thuram's scramble. Arsenal are positioning themselves to be in with a chance of signing French striker Marcus Thuram this summer, according to reports. According to Spanish outlet Sport, the Gunners are one of a number of clubs, including Newcastle and Aston Villa, who are keen on bringing the Frenchman to the Premier League. Thuram was a bit part player for France in the World Cup, but impressed in his cameo appearances. He is set to be out of contract in the summer and available on a free transfer. He failed to get a move in January, despite reported interest from Chelsea at the time. However, Sport now claims that a queue of English clubs, including Arsenal, are ready to sign Thuram. It's claimed the Gunners feel they are firmly in the mix to land the forward. Lauded as a phenomenal player by Dennis Zakaria, Thuram would bring pace, good finishing, and movement to the Arsenal front line. In January, he was said to be available for around £10 million, but Gladbach were more than happy to keep him for now rather than cash in. Arsenal are all set for another big summer of transfer action. The Gunners missed out on key targets in January, but are expected to pursue the likes of Declan Rice and Moses Caicedo. It doesn't always need to be about the big spending at clubs. Sometimes a good free transfer can have an impact, and Marcus Thuram is certainly proven enough to do a job for the Gunners. We all saw in the World Cup how he impacted games for one of the best teams in the world. France have an abundance of attacking talent, but Thuram still managed to show his worth. If Arsenal can do this one on a free, then it would make a huge sense really. Arsenal want to sign Declan Rice more than any other player in the world. Journalist Dean Jones has had his say on Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta's pursuit of West Ham United star Declan Rice this summer. The Gunners have made the Englishman their top transfer target. They believe they can get him, and he would truly be a sensational signing. Jones has now shared what he knows about Arsenal's interest. Arsenal were desperate for a new midfielder in the January transfer window. Brighton and Hove Albion star Moses Caicedo was their top target, but despite two huge bids to bring him in, their attempts to change the Sigler's stance proved to be unsuccessful. Mikel Arteta sanctioned a move to sign Jorginho in the end, but the Italian is 31 already and has only signed an 18-month contract. He is clearly a short-term option, and it's almost certain that they will sign a new midfielder in the summer. Arsenal have been linked with plenty of names over the last few weeks, but Jones believes Arteta and Edu would pick Declan Rice over any other midfielder in the world this summer. The journalist told Give Me Sport, Declan Rice is the one that they would love and the one that they would choose above anybody else. Arsenal are absolutely right to target Rice. The Englishman can play in both Granit Xhaka and Thomas Partey's positions, and he is a fantastic successor to either of them in the long run. He is excellent on the ball, knows the Premier League really well, and under a manager like Arteta, he could turn into the best midfielder in the world. To add to all of that, Rice is still only 24 years old. He is nowhere near his prime yet, which means he will only get better in the coming years. It will be interesting to see if Arsenal can pull this deal off this summer. If they do, they will likely be in the Premier League title race again next season. I will be uploading daily Arsenal news, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.